1 week left, a few more days of session next week. This week we're finishing up a couple of key issues, although there's been a pretty quiet session at the end here. Big bills possibly on the calendar for next week are the raise the age issue for juvenile delinquents. Very concerned about this bill as it is drafted. There's literally dozens of felonies which would give violent offenders who might be 17 and 6 months a complete free ride and go to family court and avoid missing some of these really severe sentences. People involved in gang murders, a bunch of other those things. So I'm very concerned about that bill coming through next week, if it's coming in the form that it's in, and hopefully it won't pass the Senate. Another issue we have is, we talked about pension reform recently this week, and we're hoping that the Democrats actually strengthen the pension reform bill that they have in. It was watered down, much less punch in it than the Senate bill and also the original bill that was proposed by the legislative leaders during the budget process. They removed the loss of pensions for people who commit felonies and like embezzlement and other things while on the job. And so we're hoping that we're going to reinstitute that. Did a little press conference on Startup New York yesterday on shut down Startup New York. It's something I've been asking for since the day the bill came on the floor in 2013. And I'm just hoping that we continue to put an end to that. It's a huge waste, hundreds of millions of dollars in taxpayer money that could have gone to reducing taxes for individuals, small business owners, individual filers who are also small business owners. That's what we need to do in New York. That's why we have the largest out-migration rate of any other state in the country, the most unfriendly business state. We need to start really doing real reform and not just talking about gimmicks and advertising to promote the governor, basically. And the last thing, of course, that we're all hoping for is that we somehow repeal the SAFE Act. Obviously, I've heard my colleague Steve McLaughlin say, full repeal or no deal. At this point, I'd love to see a full repeal, but if we can chip away at it and eventually get to a full repeal, that would be great. But as I've said on numerous occasions, I would happily grant New York City rent control if we can have a full repeal of the SAFE Act. So we're hoping that will happen by the end of the session this year. Our Second Amendment, pro-Second Amendment advocates have been here. They've been relentless. They're doing a fabulous job. Keep it up. Thank you.